Thank you. Thank you very much. To immigrate is entrepreneurial. My name is Ola Ayeni, and I am an immigrant entrepreneur. 17 years ago, I left the shores of a West African country called Nigeria. And the reason why I left was I wanted to experience all the things I heard, read about, seen on TV about America. In fact, I wanted to be an American. You see, when there is famine or any major problem in any part of the world, the first group of people who will rush in and help those motherless homes, children, or all the problems there are Americans. When there is war in a ravaged environment, where people are being killed, destroyed, oppressed, the first group of people that go there are the Americans. And when it comes to giving, the Americans are also the same. So I said to myself, I want to be part of those people. You see, the ideals of America, for me, is an important thing. Because when I was growing up, I didn't see leaders in Nigeria where I was born doing that. You see, they had a different goal, they had a different perception. At that point in life, 17 years ago, I wanted to be an American. So I remember that day I went to my dad, and I said, Dad, I would like to go to America. I could see his face. He was sad. And the reason he was sad was because, see, my father wanted me to take over. He wanted me to work for him in his business. My father had the largest bookstore chain in the country of Nigeria. Went to school partly in England. So he wanted people like me and some of his other sons to take over or to take after him. So when I told him I'm going to America, that wasn't something he was happy about. So in the usual African way, where my mom, my father, which I believe my mother's here now, she's visiting from Nigeria, is somewhere here with my wife and my children. They all decided the African way, sat down together and prayed for me and sent me off. But some other things that made me so excited, I grew up on Sesame Street. You see, I remember Big Bird, Ernie, and I remember some of the songs we used to sing. You are the people in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood. I know you and I know the song. But those things actually inspire me to look at what is it that they do in America and why is America so great? So I left. I left 17 years ago, and then I came to Chicago. You see, for me as an entrepreneur or as an immigrant, I have no excuse but to succeed. I don't have anything else to follow. When I left the shores of Nigeria and I came here, I had a brother in Chicago, but that's it. So I have no excuse but to succeed in anything that I do. Failure for me is not an option. Because when you go back to where I come from and you say, hey, I went to America where people believe it's a land of milk and honey, and you failed, that is not a good story. So imagine yourself living here in St. Louis and moving to a country where you really don't know anyone and you wanted to make a better life. That is the plight of an entrepreneur or an immigrant. They believe in the ideals of America. I believe in the ideals of America so much I wanted to leave what my father has built and established for many years, and I wanted to be here. So then I came. Just like any other entrepreneur or any other immigrant that moved from the shores of their country to come here, they have to work harder. You know why? Because many of us have an accent. In fact, accent was very good for me because I was able to get my wife with my accent, of course. That was good for me. However, when they talk, most of us do not understand them, which sometimes can be an issue. So for many, we have to learn, how do you talk the American way? See, I went to school in Nigeria, and the school I went to is a British school, so we have British education. So when I talk, I have a British accent and an African accent, and they all mixed together. That's exciting, right? That was my experience. So in coming here, I knew I had no other choice but to work harder. But there are so many other immigrant entrepreneurs in our community that have done great things. For instance, when you think about Google, when you think about PayPal, when you think about Intel, these are companies that are started by immigrant entrepreneurs. Let's imagine a day without Google. I mean, some of us, just think about it. We Google everything. So, but the founder of Google was an immigrant from the Soviet Union, Sergey Brin. Sergey left the oppression of the Russians with his family to come to the United States. He was received, his family was given opportunities, there were professors at the universities, and therefore we have Google. Let's talk about Elon Musk from South Africa. This guy left just like me and said, hey, I wanted to do something greater than what South Africa can allow me. I wanted to go to America where things happen, where people really help you, support you, to make great things. Once you work hard, obey the rules, and things will work out for you. But today he's the founder of PayPal, SpaceX, and also Tesla. Just imagine if we had kept him out, he probably would have gone to China. No, we don't want that. So for people like that, 7 out of 10 best brands in America are started by immigrant entrepreneurs. In fact, data shows that over 50% of new jobs that are created by immigrant entrepreneurs. So for having them in this community where they can add value is incredibly exciting. Let me tell you more about myself. Today, here in St. Louis, I left Chicago with my old family and we moved here to St. Louis. And the reason why we moved 11 months ago because we won the Arch Grant. Before the Arch Grant, we won the Microsoft, we won Miller Core, we won Braintree, a lot of winnings, right? But when I came here, because we won the Arch Grant, we moved to St. Charles. I remember it was muggy. It was a Thursday in August last year. It was muggy and hot. And I'm like, wow, we've been driving for hours. When are we going to reach there? The kids are in another car. They were like, Daddy, when are we going to get there? I said, don't worry, we're almost there. So we got to St. Charles. And you know, in that heat, the neighbors came out. They welcomed us. They baked cake. In fact, one of them must have ESP because they put peanut and some other nice things in it, and they found that I actually like peanut. I don't know how they found that, but they put peanut in it. And they also have banana walnut. Oh my God, that was one of my favorites. The women in the community came out and took my wife out for coffee. That is my experience of St. Louis. That is my experience when I moved from Chicago here. In fact, I have received so much support that today, Eateria is the fastest growing startup in St. Louis. It's an exciting story. But I got support from the Arch Grant, Jerry Shipler. I got support from ITED. And also, I got support from the Mosaic project. These individuals have shown that if you work hard and you are here in St. Louis, we are here to support you. We are here to make sure you succeed and go ahead and keep working hard because you will do well. You see, my experience of St. Louis has been exciting. But that is not the experience of a lot of people as well. It's very interesting that one of the former presidents of America, who came from an Irish immigrant family, once said, he said, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what can you do for your country. So I'm asking, ask not what St. Louis can do for you. Ask, what can you do for St. Louis? If my experience is so great and exciting, imagine if everyone who comes to St. Louis experiences the same thing, what we will receive. Imagine that all the areas in this community we support, we help. Now, we also know that some people are scared when it comes to immigration. They go, well, they're going to take jobs away, we don't want to. Well, since I got here, we've hired 4 full-time and 4 part-timers. We're about to raise capital to hire 13 more people. And within now the next 3 years, we see that we'll be almost 200 people. That is the vision of allowing people to come here. That is the story that I have. That is the support that I got from St. Louis. I'm very grateful for that. Let's do more of that, and the future will be great, and everything we do in St. Luke will be the greatest in America. Thank you so much.